Hi, this is part 13 of Auth0 tutorial. In this video, we are going to talk about how to authenticate API with Auth0. In this video, we will use .NET Core to write the backend code. Let's go to the dashboard. We already have a custom API. And if you go to the quick start, there's guidance on how to set up authentication in .NET Core via C#. Now let's create a new project. Let's create a new .NET Core application. Let's run it. Let's check if we can get the application run correctly. See, the application is running. Now let's use Auth0 inside the application. First, let's go to the dashboard. We will follow the quick start to do the authentication with Auth0. The first step is to choose a JWT library. It didn't directly give us the package we need to install, so we need to find out. If you remember in previous video, we mentioned how to set up authentication via Auth0 for backend, and there's languages we can choose from. If we choose from 2.1, we can follow the tutorial here, but this one is more complex because it's using scope. We will just simplify this and just basically follow this one. It's not bad to go through this though. If we go through this guidance, the first thing is to create an API, which we've already created here. The next step here is to define permissions, which we don't need. For now, we just ignore it. The next step is to configure the app settings. The parameters, we will have it directly in the code here, so we just ignore it. Now let's install the dependencies. We copy it, go to the Nugget package, and search for it. Let's install it. Now we need to configure the middleware. So let's try to use this one. Add the services. And use authentication. We will ignore validate scopes part. Directly go to protect API endpoints. Let's copy the action. Let's just return the string and run it. If we refresh the page, we still can get data from this endpoint. Now let's change it to the endpoint of private. You can see we get a 401 error, which means we didn't pass the authentication. How we can get access? If you remember how we get access token in client credential flow, you will know how to get a token. Then you can use that token to access this endpoint. So let's try it. This is the machine-to-machine application. Let's try it out. Let's send a request. we have get the token. See, we successfully get the response from the endpoint. Now let's go through the code. So basically, in the middleware, it's enabled authentication, and we add the service, which is to authenticate the JWT token. And in the JWT token, there's audience with this server, and the domain is this one. As we did before, let's decode the access token. You can see in the token, the information is here, which is consistent with the code we have here. This is how Auth0 works in your application. Now, you have the knowledge on how to protect your API, and previously, we have gone through how to use Auth0 within your web application. The question now you may ask, how front end connect with my backend? We will discuss it in the next video. Thank you for watching.